fifth dimension, beyond that which is known to man. It is a dimension as vast as space and as timeless as infinity. It is the middle ground between light and shadow, between science and superstition, and it lies between the pit of man's fears and the summit of his knowledge. This is the dimension of imagination. It is an area which we call the Twilight Zone.
Hey, what's up, family? What's going on? Man, gotta talk to y'all real quick, man. Just kind of put y'all up on something that I think everybody kind of needs to be aware of, man. I think some of it was kind of occurring during, you know, the experience. We're not gonna say the P word, guys, but you know what I'm talking about, you know. But we're talking about the experience that we went through 2020 and all that stuff. Okay, what I want to say is that interesting, man, and we already said this before because people was going to the hospitals and stuff, right? So my son recently got sick. Okay, he was sick, and so we ultimately decided, well, I didn't decide, but his mom wanted to take him to the hospital, right? You know how I feel about this stuff, man, because I know what was going on. So it's been hell and high water, man, trying to convince her to understand, because she's been indoctrinated to the system. Okay, she's been indoctrinated to the system. She believes wholeheartedly in all the different approaches and stuff that they take in the hospital. Okay, which obviously y'all know me, I do not. And she's high on medicines and things like that, man, where, you know, we pushing things that actually get the stuff out of your body, the stuff that they've been doing, and we understand how the stuff how it all works, right? So anyway, to get to the point, so we took him to the hospital, to the doctor, whatever, the kid's doctor, whatever, and they going through the little checks and everything, man, and they looking at and they did like a strep throat test or whatever. They did that, and they also, you know, was looking at his charts, checked his breathing, his lungs and stuff like that. You know how they do. They put their little stuff like they doing something. You know what I'm saying? Like, anyway, so they was doing that, and when they finished that, it was like, oh, this, you know, they was like, okay, so we need to go ahead and do a pop quiz. Y'all know what I'm talking about with the pop quiz. Some of y'all know, but I don't want to miss it. I try to keep the videos clean as possible, man, because I be trying to put stuff on YouTube. And then here I am back on the balcony. I know some people said, hey, man, Net, man, why you doing? I don't like how you doing the new videos. I don't like you. They like, oh, you in a mansion and stuff. It's not a mansion, guys. It's a green screen. Funny, but anyway, beside the point. People have been saying stuff about they rather see me on the balcony talking because I guess it's a more intimate setting. So I get it. But they said they asked, could they give them the pop quiz? And before any y'all, hey, I'm sitting right there. Before anything could be said after that, I said no. And the doctor looked at me like I was crazy. She looked at me like I was crazy. I said no. And then his mom, she looked over at me, and she already knew, because she know what time it is with me. She know what time it is. I told her about the pop quiz, because she was taking the pop quiz, and she ended up having a whole episode, a whole lot of headaches, man. So I've been telling y'all, man, as far as, guys, if you don't know by now, guys, about the pop quiz, you're in the wrong place, man. You're in the wrong place. And I ain't gonna go too in depth with that, man. But what it was, I just did a video recently where they were talking. I might be able to sneak it in here, man. Where the guy was actually talking about, you know, the things that's actually in the pop quiz. Which I'm gonna play it, but I'm gonna have to kind of be discreet with how it's presented. So I might do a little editing.
Well, a silicon-based nanomachine life form that does not originate on planet Earth. Is that not interesting? This is a silicon-based life form that is intelligent like bees or ants. and it fights back.
But I think y'all need to know that, because most people still don't know. And if y'all remember, when the stuff was going down, man, when it was going down, especially on my channel, I was getting a lot of people reporting that they had people at work or they took the pop quiz and then they got sick. You understand what I'm saying? They took the pop quiz and then they got sick. Well, we didn't know at the time that those things had that smart dust. You see what I mean? We didn't know that it had the smart dust on it. We didn't know that. It wasn't until, you know, later on that we started finding out about the pop quiz and smart dust and everything. But I told y'all out the gate, don't take it. I told you out the gate, if you was rocking with me, I told you out the gate, don't take it. Right? So anyway, his mom, she looked at me and was like, oh yeah, you know, kind of like, yeah, he on. And then the doctor, she looked at me and she like, well, what's the problem? I'm like, no problem, doc. Just don't want them taking it. And she's like, well, I need to document to why you don't want to take, why you want to give him. It's like, I just don't want him getting violated like that. Simple put, he's not taking it. Okay? This is what I allude to, man, when I talk about the folks being indoctrinated to the system. It's not only the indoctrination, though. Understand that, guys. You have to understand that a lot of these first responders and things, they have been, guys, they've been so, I mean, it ain't just the brainwashing, but they also have been forced to take a lot of that stuff. Okay, now we start talking about the hive mind. Okay, you start talking about the parasitic part. You see what I mean? You start talking about the frequency. You start talking about all of that, and it puts stuff in perspective. You see what I mean? Like, of course she's gonna push it. Now we well beyond the incentives and stuff that they was giving out during the time. If they could get somebody to, you see, if you could, I don't know if it was an incentive to give somebody a pop quiz, but it was an incentive to say that they had it. You know what I mean? So of course you're gonna give them a pop quiz because you want to find out, and you gonna say they got it anyway. But remember, if you took the pop quiz, then you also allowed them to put those things in. All right, this is how they control people's health. Do y'all see what I'm saying? So this is how they could. Now, like I said, they put. We already know they put we know they got the antennas, right? They got the antennas, and then they got the devices that's installed in people. I'm trying to see what I can get away with, right? They got the devices that's installed, and now boom, they can hit the frequency and they can cause those things to get you sick. See what I'm saying? This is all about making sure that they don't have control over your health and your well-being. Okay? Because as long as you're in, or you're subjected to their control, which is when you have to go to the hospital and stuff, they can do whatever the hell they want to do to you. Do you understand what I'm saying? They can do whatever the hell they want to do to you. But this is another conversation for another video, so we're not gonna go in depth about that. I just wanted to warn you guys, man, because I don't know. I've heard stories, and I'm starting, and that's why I'm bringing it to you guys' attention now, because I know some of you have kids and things. They're going back to school. Stuff that they have to be concerned about is, yes, like when they go to school and stuff, they're gonna be, you know, checking them to make sure they're not sick and stuff, and they're gonna also be giving them pop quizzes without your permission. Some of y'all not there. Like, I've been listen, guys. Since, like I said, I have a son, right, and I've had to literally go in and basically prevent him from going through a lot of crap of getting some of the stuff that some of these kids are being subjected to. Some of y'all kids are being subjected to stuff, man, that y'all aren't there to stop them. Like, we understand and know what they doing, but you got these hive mind folks, okay, these hypoborgenesis and things that's hooked up to the system, to the antennas, that's giving out more of the You understand what I'm saying? Like, they're doing stuff that's gonna directly affect you and your child. Okay, so you have to be able to supersede, man. You gotta be able to intervene, because some of us have significant others or loved ones and stuff that don't know, that don't understand what time it is. They don't know what's going on. They have no clue. Okay, and so they're subjecting kids and others to the BS. Like, they're going along with the agendas that's been put in place, and they have no clue they don't even know. They have no idea of what's going on. So it's a dangerous game, man, the way it's set up. And if you're not spiritually inclined, okay, if you're not in touch with your pineal gland, man, I told y'all, like Max Spears said, those that are in touch with their higher self, those that are in touch with their higher self will avoid the mass wipeouts.
Yeah, but what's the solution to this in terms of the rest of the so-called humans? You might want to survive and do something a bit more positive.
Right. I think that with the information and with the work that people like yourself and others are doing, if people on this planet are aligned with that higher frequency thinking, they're going to their higher self or their oversoul is going to make sure that they're in the right place at the right time, so they don't get wiped out. Because there are plans to do big wipeouts. I mean, the Georgia Guidestones,
exactly.
Unfortunately is going to happen.
And they must have a technology to clean up the mess, though.
And like you said, the mass wipeouts is coming. He said that, what was that, 10 years ago? The mass wipeouts is coming. The mass wipeout is here, man. I keep telling y'all it's here, whether people want to accept it or see it or not. It's here. All right, and it's being snuck through. And by the time people realize and come to the conclusion that this is what took place, it's going to be 10, 12, 15 years past. And by then, those folks that didn't know, they just not gonna be here. I'm trying to tell y'all, man. So your kid, if you got a kid, elementary, junior high, I don't know, preschool age kids, hey, that by that time, man, about 15 years from now, if you letting them do this stuff to them, they're not gonna be here. They're not gonna be here. Not only that, man, they're gonna be controlling these health crises for over the next, I don't know how many decades or whatever, but it's going to be happening. All right, and it's nothing you can do to stop it once they get that stuff in your system. So it's important, like I said, that you avoid some of these things. Like I said, if your kid is at school, hey, they not gonna tell you that they giving him a pop quiz or giving her a pop quiz. They just gonna give it to him. And then, they didn't have this and that. But guess what? Next time they will. Next time they will, because they gonna pop that thing in them. Okay? They gonna pop it. And once they pop it, yeah, they gonna be sick. That's why, like I said, when people was taking that thing during the experience that we had, people was coming up sick. They was cool when they initially took it. It was like, oh, they came back negative, but 2 weeks later, y'all see what I'm saying? 2 weeks later, once that frequency hit, bam. Y'all see what I'm saying? And that's what we was coming to realize, man. Like, think about it. If they put the stuff like in the chicken and stuff like that, and then people go and they eat the chicken, and then the tower send out a signal, boom. Guess what? We got mass outbreak. You know what I'm saying? Because we just hit everybody. Everybody that bought that dang Tyson chicken, they just popped them things on. You see what I mean? So with that, they could force people to go get even more pop quizzes. They can force people to think, oh, I need to go get the walk, because remember, once you even got those things in you, they could control your mind and send thoughts to your head. You see what I'm saying? They sending the thoughts to your head, so you thinking, oh, I need to hurry up and go take the pop quiz, I do need to get pop quiz, but I also need to go ahead and take the walk. because of the information they sent to your head. That's why it was important, man. If they, like I said, it's important for them to get people to take the pop quiz, because if they can get you to take the pop quiz, they could ultimately get you to take the walk. See what I mean? So that was the main goal, the main objective, and that's why they knew they could get you to continuously do it. Then it would have that effect. All right, but anyway, guys, I just wanted to point out, like I said, that the doctor, she was trying to get me. She was like, well, I need to know why you don't want your son to take this pop quiz. And I was like, no, I don't want him getting violated like that. That's all you need to know. I don't have to explain nothing to you. You see what I mean? Like, just because you a doctor, and I don't know if she getting incentivized, she probably is. You know what I'm saying? You got to think about it, guys. Why wouldn't they incentivize that too? How many pop quizzes did you give out? Oh, you get an extra, like, they was giving like $3 grand. I guess they was giving like $3 grand for the people that got diagnosed with it. But how much were they giving people just to go get, you know, take the pop quiz? And if they still paying people for that. Now notice, the problem is, guys, we got an uptick now. They claiming that, oh, it's on the rise again. So it's on the rise again because you got all these people that got the smart dust. See what I mean? So now all you got to do is pop them. Boom, we got outbreaks in this area, so everybody got to go take the walk. Or everybody got to go take the pop quiz. And see, now they starting to incorporate, like, listen, now I'm telling y'all, and some of y'all already know because y'all been rocking with me for a minute, but they coming back with the mask mandates. So what does that mean? Well, I showed y'all what's in the mask. Showed y'all that. Now, you gotta navigate this thing, man. You gotta navigate this thing. Now, if I can make any suggestion right now, I'm gonna tell you, create your own. Do you understand what I'm saying? When it comes down to it, because we're coming up on the fall season, and guys, remember we've been talking about the worst winter and stuff. I did these videos, and this is where you had these mass outbreaks and a lot of stuff going on. A lot of people immune systems is depleted. It's gonna be a thing, man, where they're gonna come back with a lot of these different regulations and stuff. All right, and so it's important now that you understand, you're on the same page. Create your own. Okay, you understand what I'm saying? Don't let them give you nothing out no store. Create your own. It ain't hard to do. All right, you can get you a rubber band, get you a stapler. You know what I mean? Get you elastic. Go to Hobby Lobby. Like, guys, I always been handy. Like, even this shirt, man, I made this shirt myself. Well, I didn't make it myself, but I did the sleeves. I did put some elastic in there and stuff. But I've always been handy like that, man. Creative and stuff like that, man. Jack of all trades. But yeah, it won't take me nothing to make my own. You see what I'm saying? Which I may put some on the website, because I think we gonna need it. We all gonna need it. I'm gonna put some on the website, man. Just in case it's folks that can't make their own. At least you could get it from a trusted source. You know what I'm saying? Don't get anything out the store. Don't. I'm trying to tell you now. Y'all seen what's in them things. All right. So we gonna make sure. I think that the time is coming. It's coming, guys. Where they gonna start trying to implement and force some things down our throat. And it's right around time. Funny, right around time election stuff coming back around too. But that's neither here nor there. We more so got to worry about the different things they gonna try to implement. They may very well come back with another lockdown. I showed y'all how the you know. So yeah, guys, dang thing went dead because it got too hot. Yeah, it did get hot. It's hot around. But no, what I was saying, guys, is that we know that the is basically going to have control over what goes on during the next experience that we have due to the stuff that they're doing. Okay, and you saw the different things that they're ready to implement. This is the problem, and a lot of these folks, man, have really no clue. Okay, that we have basically in essence, we've handed over our sovereignty to a foreign dictator. That's what it is, man. Who is going to implement some different things to further push the program, DEPO program, DEPOP. All right. So it's important, man. It's important that everybody understand, you know, right now, like the stuff that they're gonna implement. I'm telling you now. Start making people wear the things over their face again. And I showed you the piece where New York school, like what was that, Rutgers? They trying to force people, like the students, like after you in school, like you already started school, you got your books, you in class and everything. All of a sudden they saying, oh, you're gonna disenroll you if you don't come down here and take this walk. Like, and if you somebody like us, man, you've been watching this stuff unfold over the last 2-3 years. You seeing people literally dropping like flies, but yet you gonna tell me you gonna disenroll my kid if he don't do that? And we know the facts, but for some people that don't know what's really going on, you know, they don't know that it's like, yeah, like that's a real, that is the most biggest health threat to your kid, to your person, is doing that, and they getting forced to do it. And think about it, the people that don't know that, they don't know nothing about, oh, I'll just go get it, we'll just go. Come on, man. Like I said, guys, we know that it's not what it's said to be, but we do know what it really is. So you know what it really is, you know what they're really trying to do. It's all about what? Mind control, slavery, enslavement, and DEPOP. That's all it's about. Nothing else. Nothing else. Okay? So the fact that they would still try to force it, despite everything that's going on, it works. You know why it works though? Because you got people that ain't connected spiritually, can't process information, cognitive learning jacked up, fluoridated to death. See what I'm saying? They don't even see this side of things the way we see it. They can't think about it like this because the information, they don't get the information the same way. You see what I mean? Like, to us, it's like, it's common sense. It's pretty evident what's going on here. But for them, for the regular sheep all over the world, no, this is not registering. It's not registering. They're still walking like lemmings right off the edge of the cliff. And then people ask, like, you wonder, is these type of messages still necessary at this point? Is there any hope for these people? To be honest, guys, I don't know. At this point, we can only look out for ourselves, man. You know, I feel like I've done my part in this and trying to keep people from making that fatal mistake. But at some point, man, I mean, we talk about the different interpretations we can take away from some of the information that's put out there, like the Walking Dead. What is the Walking Dead? Is the Walking Dead the people that we amongst right now, the regular people that can't think, that are brain dead? Is that the Walking Dead? Or is it the 3P gene deletion? Can't think of what it's called. Dang, I can't think of the whole name of it. But it's something 3P gene deletion, where they're supposed to be able to pop, you know, those smart things that's in people, and that's gonna turn them into zombies. Is that the Walking Dead? I don't know, man. You think you talk to people, they already dead, they brain dead. Really, I mean, look, that's brain dead. And the thing is, man, like, nobody studies, and like, think about it, when they do studies and stuff, they do studies about what they want to justify. Okay, like I tell you, they ain't doing studies about what happened to people 30 years down the line after they took tetanus, you know, take those tetanus schedules, or, you know, took the Hep B and all that. They ain't doing them studies to tell you, oh, this person came down with this, that, and other. Oh, this whole group of people. They don't do them studies because they know what them studies consist of. You see, they tell you, oh, you need this, that, and the other. And then we as a population, we trying to know, why are all these people coming down with cancer and all these people dying of this strange kidney disease, and all these men got prostate cancer. That's what we left to try to figure out, you know, with no explanation, and all of the peer review studies and stuff that's connected to these different organizations that are designed to bring about DEPOP. You see what I mean? So, man, I keep telling y'all, and I say this once again, we behind enemy lines. Behind enemy lines. And the enemy is the one that's giving you your water. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, the enemy is the one that's giving you your water. They're giving you your food. They're giving you your medicine. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, guys. And the thing is, man, the way the universe works, and it's crazy, because this is all on a spiritual level, and people have to understand that first and foremost. This is spiritual, man. I keep telling y'all, it's spiritual, it's spiritual, it's spiritual. People are pretty much giving up their souls, and they're disconnecting themselves. I told y'all, man, we go back to the videos where people are wailing, they don't know what's going on, man, and all of a sudden they think they seeing stuff, hallucinations, right? And then they just drop. Okay, souls being snatched right up out of their body. Almost look like the rapture, right? Like, this is spiritual, man. You so distracted that you can't keep your soul. In a sense, you so distracted that you don't see what's coming for your soul. You don't even see it. You too distracted, right? They got you so dumbed down to the point where you can't think straight. And like I said, this is on a spiritual level. It's a fight for souls. It's a fight for energies. It's sad, man. It's really sad. But yeah, they can't just take. They can't. In a sense, you've been given a choice whether to go do what they tell you to do or not. Now, granted, many people's thoughts and processing information is extremely flawed, and it's almost like they've been cheated because they're not able to think for themselves clearly enough to make the right decisions or well thought out decisions. Come on now, cause these decisions ain't well thought out. I think we know that. That's become very obvious. So if it ain't well thought out, then what is it? It's a rash decision. You rushing, irrational, reacting based off fear. And that's why they want to scare you and scare you right into running and doing what they tell you to do. Man, it's a dirty game out here, man. It's a dirty game. I told y'all once before, man, y'all got this message. Y'all been touched. Y'all was able to get it, In the Bible, they say witness to people, save people, help save lives. I think we can all agree on that. And I think for the most part, I've had a good part in that. I've taken part in helping people, man. Protect people, man, and give them the message that God gave me to give to you. And some of y'all have done the same thing. You went out your way, try to, witness to people. Somebody did it at the expense and the detriment of your own relationships. Because family members started acting crazy and stuff, man. You know what I'm talking about. Family members ain't want you around. Oh, y'all can't come over, this, that, and the other. And then they bust the main ones that got sick and everything. 7 times over, right? So, it's a big ass hawk. So yeah, guys, I ain't gonna make this video any longer. I just wanted to put that out there, man, because I felt like it's necessary because it's something I just experienced, right? I experienced that, man. Like I told you, I went to the dang doctor, and immediately they tried to give my son the pop quiz. I'm like, nah, I hope y'all doing the same thing, man. When they come for you like that, no, we're not doing that. Well, has he taken the walk? You know, that's the next question. No, and he's not. No. Well, why isn't he? Well, have you been paying attention? So, guys, I was just telling you about the whole thing with how they was trying to get my son a pop quiz and everything. Y'all know this, man. I don't be trying to toot my own horn or saying nothing like that, man. But like I said, when you know, you know. And when you get to that point and you start having that discernment about things, man, trust your intuition. Trust your intuition. Remember, that's part of the spiritual powers that you're supposed to have. You know, if it ain't tampered with, if they ain't tinkering with stuff. You should have intuition. You should be able to feel things in the atmosphere. You should be able to feel energies and stuff. You should be able to know things that others don't know. Remember, like I said, that movie Limitless, man, where that guy had the pill or whatever, and he took it, and all of a sudden he opened up the other part of his brain. He just opened up his pineal gland. That's all he did. That's all he did, man. And I think like I've been right about a lot of shit, man. I've been right about a lot of shit, and it ain't because I just, you know, did a whole bunch of research. It's just to me it be common sense stuff. It's common sense for me. It's not gonna be common sense for the next man. Okay, that's how you end up with people that's just stupid. Stupid people don't have common sense that you got. And then there's a common sense higher than that. Like some people do math and stuff quick. Like common sense for me to do this and that and throw that in there because I'm gonna say this, man. Some people do that math in their head like that. You know what I'm saying? That's common sense for them. Okay. That might not be common sense for me or common sense for you, you know, but your common sense is your common sense. You in your own lane. Understand that. Everybody learn at their own level. Okay, just like some people pick up on math faster than others. Some people pick up on reading faster. Some people pick up on science and stuff faster. People learn at a different stage, like people advance their knowledge at a different stage. People advance their spirituality, they evolve at a different stage. You know, people are on their own time. You know what I mean? So the thing, like I said, guys, stuff that's been shown to me and given to me that I've been adamant about, man. You know, I ain't been wrong about this stuff yet. You know, and like I said, people talk about the Trump stuff. I'm telling you guys, we just went over this and I did in the last video. People like, oh, if you get on that Trump stuff and I'm getting out of here, man, you saying it's 2 Trumps. Guys, I ain't saying it's just 2 Trumps. It's 2 Bidens, it's been 2 Hillarys, it's been 2 Bill Clintons, it's been Reagan's. They've been doing this. So don't get mad at me because I'm pointing out to you when you found a president you really don't like. I don't care for the dude myself. I don't care what Trump does. That's not my business or my concern what's going on with Trump. I don't care about his character and all that. Look, I'm beyond that. I understand that they manipulating the people. So if they put somebody in front of you, that don't mean that's who he supposed to be. Some of y'all get caught up, man. It's just like if you ever gambled on like a sport or something. You know what I'm saying? You like, you doing like, let's say you doing what they call DraftKings and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like some people do that, right? Some people, they gamble and stuff like that, and they always, even though their team, they could do a whole like parlay. Parlay is when you pick like several teams to win, right? And then you win a certain amount of money based off of all your teams winning, but all of them have to win. Well, what some people do, they'll pick all the right teams, but they'll pick one wrong team. You know what that one wrong team will be? Their favorite team, their home team. You see what I'm saying? Their team that they follow since they was a kid. They always pick them to win, even though they going up against all odds and it ain't in their favor to win that game, and it's saying that they probably won't. There's a good chance they don't have their best player, all kind of stuff. People will still pick that team to win, and it'll ruin their whole slip. You know why? Because they're picking with their heart. They picking with their heart. They so caught up in, you know, what they've grown to love and grown to know that they can't get out their own way. And it's gonna hurt them, it's cost them. Plus, trust me, people that lost millions upon billions of dollars over that kind of crap. Trust me. But you gotta be able to set aside differences. You can't say, oh, I don't like Trump because everything he did before. Because if I'm telling you right now, that ain't even Trump. You see what I'm saying? That ain't even who you think it is. When I say there's 2 of them, but you so caught up in hating the one that you've been grown to hate, that you can't get past the fact that it's two of them and they not the same person. That's what I'm trying to tell people, man. It's just like, man, it's just like the whole Damar Hamlin. It's just like the Dave Chappelle and stuff, man. You could not like somebody. Like right now, some of you may not like me, some of you may like me. Okay, but if they replace me, then that's a different me. So you have to give that me an opportunity to impress you or to gain your trust or at least be, you know, considered for somebody that you would deal with before you write me off because you think that I'm the same one that you knew before. You see, people get caught up in what they knew before, man, and a lot of people, and that's why, like, I tell people, man, even with the Bible aspect, people so caught up in the Bible aspect that they can't get past that to where they can get the other information they need because, oh, it's the Bible, it's all the Bible, I can't. But you seeing that this world encompasses so much more, but you so caught up in what you've been led to believe, what you've been taught, and what you've been raised on. And I told you, and you understand, you see that these different beings in the world, you see they manipulate information and manipulate and influence our thoughts, our minds, how we move, how we act, how we receive stuff. But you refuse to believe that they can tamper with some of the stuff that you believe. You see what I'm saying? You refuse to believe that they can tamper or tinker with some of the stuff that you believe, some of the stuff you thought to be true. Even though you see everything that I point out to you, they done fabricated and messed with all of that stuff. But not your favorite book. Not the stuff that you want to believe. You see what I'm saying? And that's where people get caught up. You still caught up on the past and what has happened in the past and stuff that you've been raised and taught on. Just like they said in the movie The Matrix, man. Forget everything you know, okay? Forget everything you believe, everything you've been taught to believe, man. Open up your mind to start to absorb the information that you're receiving as the world is and as it exists now, okay? And remove all the boundaries. Okay, so that you can understand and start to put together some type of idea or a hypothesis on what's really going on out here. Okay, so that you're not fixated on the stuff that's been taught to you, the foundation that's been laid. The foundation that's been laid is corrupt. When the foundation is corrupt, it all comes down, it all crumbles. That's how I go. And you got to build a foundation that's strong and sturdy that makes sense. And a lot of people don't want to do that. A lot of people can't do that because, man, the foundation been laid thick. And it's hard for some people and some people just can't fathom the world that we in. They can't. A lot of it because they hold on to the old principles, the old boundaries. You know, they've been holding on to the old limitations and things. That's why I told y'all before, man, and like I said, it's spiritual. It's 100% spiritual, but when people been so wrapped up in it being a physical level thing, you can't understand the spiritual realm. But a lot of that also is because people have been dumbed down to a certain degree, and they have tampered with and tinkered with all of the information so that you can't receive the message that I'm trying to give you, that others are trying to give you. Oh, this can't happen. No, that's impossible. What are you basing it off of? What are you basing your possibilities off of? Okay? You basing it off of what you've been led to believe, what you've been told. Like somebody told you can't fly, you ain't gonna try to fly. You see what I'm saying? Like I ain't finna jump off the balcony or nothing because, yeah, it's a way to fly. I may not fly like that, but maybe I need to learn how to fly. Maybe I need to learn how to fly. Is it a way to fly? Yes, a way to fly. How do you fly? You can't fly in this vessel, but your soul can fly. You see what I'm saying? But see, all that just went over some of y'all head, like Ned talking about flying and stuff. I'm talking about flying, I'm talking about astral projection. Okay? Which is something that you're able to do with your spirit. Your spirit can leave this body. Your spirit leaves this body when you die. Right? But what if you can control that spirit right now? You can control your flights right now. But you know what? You're not taught that. Is there a Bible for that? You see what I'm saying? Like, this is the type of stuff, man. This is the type of stuff, man. Like, you got to understand. We see they've been doing stuff to actually kill you, putting stuff in you that's going to mess you up. But they also been doing stuff to make sure that you're not able to move spiritually. So you're not able to do what you need to do. That's how they got control over you. You trapped. You in a cage. You in a cage in your vessel. Because they trapped you there and they make sure that you don't know how to get out of there and how to move. And they also make sure they kill your vessel and make sure you keep on recycling her, and they use your energy. They harness your energy. But you're not taught that. You don't know nothing about that. You don't believe any of this stuff exists. Just the world that you've been led to believe as it is today. And as you've grown up to it, and what you've been led to believe the whole time you've been growing up. Man. Sometimes I feel like I'm talking in the wind. Some of y'all get it though, man. Some of y'all get it, and stuff I say, it resonates. And you're starting to put a picture together. Because that's all it is a picture. It's a picture, man. And the picture that's been painted for us ain't the world that we live in. It's not. And I don't know. Hey, that's beside the point. What I was wanting to tell y'all though, man, is that article came out today, and I'm gonna drop it on the screen so y'all can see. And this is where you got to start thinking and processing information. What has Ned been telling me? Ned been telling me all they got parasites and stuff. Yeah, I've been telling y'all that, right? I also been telling y'all that they've been injecting people with parasites. Doing that shit for a long time. That's why people die at an early age. That's why people die when they die. That's why people have all the ailments and stuff. They've been injecting folks. Yes, they've been injecting people with parasites. Yes, they have. They've been injecting with eggs. You know what the problem is? We don't have nobody that's actually looking at what is in the dang stuff that they're giving you. You don't have nobody doing that. Now, we had some brave scientists and doctors that went into it, and we had the experience we just went through. We had people going through like, oh, look at this particular, what are we finding in here? Okay, now y'all did that one. Let's go back and look at the Hep B. Let's go look at the tetanus. Let's go look at the early let's look at the smallpox. Let's look at all that. See what we find in there. You already know we always said they was putting all kind of crazy. I mean, I can go down a laundry list of stuff that we were finding out that they were putting in that stuff. I mean, it was some of the strangest stuff you can even imagine. On top of a couple of parasite eggs. Right? So, and I told y'all, what did I tell y'all? I said, man, them damn parasites, man. I said, they hatch it and it takes them time. Like I said, they move slow. But after a while, they reach the brain. They getting in the blood supply. They reaching vital organs. They shutting shit down. Do y'all understand what I'm saying? So, with that, you gotta understand. If they inject something when you like 5-6 years old, how long before it reaches a certain point? Who knows? But at some point, you're gonna start feeling that. Most people. And then they do it so discreetly because they got, just like they did with the walk recently, they had batches, right? Batches where they got, who knows, this type of parasite. So they got these different ones that move faster than others, But needless to say, man, I showed you the guy artist. He was telling you how they were linking MS and Parkinson's and Alzheimer's, dementia. All of that, they was linking it to what they was finding. They was finding them things, certain type of roundworms and stuff in people's brain. And how they get there? Well,
your MS loved one or yourself is getting your CT and MRI scans of your brain, and your neurologist keeps telling you they see lesions on your brain. The lesions are the holes being dug by the in your brain.
Oh, that's disgusting.
Now, that wasn't the only place they found them. In every single sample of the cerebral spinal fluid, they found 3 inch worms swimming in their spinal fluid.
And you wouldn't know that. Like, if I have them right now, I wouldn't know that I had them in there.
No, you would just start having neurological problems, and they would diagnose you with MS.
Right.
But you have living in your body, and this is what I said in the conference. I said, just so you know, not a single neurologist in the United States of America has been taught that MS is caused by, not a single one. In fact, they just do x-rays or CT scans or x-rays and then the MRIs of your brain. They see these little markings on the tissue and they diagnose you with MS. They never even know what it is. It's actually, now let me explain this to you because everybody's going to go like this. There's no way all these people have, oh yes, there is.
Oh yeah.
So y'all see that, right? Hey, Dr. Artist, man, he broke that thing down like a fraction. Broke it down like a fraction, man. But what was he saying in there? Like, most or no doctors, no neurosurgeons or nothing in the U.S. has been taught that causes MS. They ain't been taught that. Why? Because they the ones that's putting it in you. And they ain't been taught to assess what's going on. They've been taught to lie to you. You see what I'm saying? They've been taught to lie. So I mean, you looking at the graph, you looking at the information, you're looking at the screen, and you say, oh, he got holes or he got lesions, he got carvings, markings on the brain. But what caused the markings? What caused the holes? That's where the common sense stuff kick in. Something caused it. Oh, you just develop it. Just develops over time. This is how they got us programmed to think, to not think. They got us programmed to not think and take their word because they wearing white coat. See what I'm saying? Because they're the experts. I'm not an expert. Don't take my advice. You can look at my research and see it sound, but don't take my advice. This is my disclaimer. I'm not a medical doctor. I'm not a medical professional. And anything that I say should be thought of and used as entertainment purposes only. Now back to the regular scheduled program. We've been lied to. Why? Because the stuff that they do is to bring about DEPOP. The lies to bring about your demise. Because they wear the white coat, you think you can trust them. You think you can trust them. Because it's coming from them, the expert, you think you can trust them. But what has happened is they've been taught to lie to you. They've been taught to lie to you. Lie at the detriment of your life. So I say it's built on lies. Why? To bring about your demise. Ain't that something, man? The whole thing set up to help promote DEPOP. Tell me I'm lying, guys. I mean, explain if I'm lying, if what I'm saying don't make sense, man. Do the research. Dig into yourself. Show me where what I'm saying don't make sense. Why you think when they came out and said, hey, then it was like, take the IV. Remember, when they came out with that, they was like, no, that'll kill you. Don't take that, don't take that. Oh, no. Why wouldn't they want you to take that? Because it killed parasites. What do most people have in them that's killing them? Parasites. Guys, this video wasn't even supposed to be about nothing like this, but it's funny how things come full circle and we end up right back at square one. I mean, guys, if you've been rocking with me, you know we dig it up from the past, man. That's why I go back, grab videos, man. Man, I just look back, man. I looked at the videos I just posted on Rumble alone, man. Y'all know I posted over 200-some videos on Rumble. That's in just the last, year and a half, 2 years maybe. But my YouTube was flourishing way more than that. And I done been to BitChute. Man, I done probably posted about 400-500 videos, guys. Dropping jewels. So yeah, I help some people, man, avoid the crisis, the mass wipeout. I help some people avoid that, but guess what? It's still going on. It's been going on. And this is how it's been going on. Everybody else just got slow death. Did they implement? But see, guys, therein lies the problem, okay? And what I mean by problem is what we see, what we've been able to assess just from the aspect of brain deterioration and whatnot. We have not assessed as far as vital organs. You see what I mean? And like the blood and how all that's affected. And man, I've showed y'all. See, they give you an explanation with MS, Parkinson's, blah blah blah, which is being related back to this, you know, one thing that we know. But what's not being assessed, what's not being discussed, not being talked about is what happens when these particular, you know, organisms reach certain organs. Okay? Or do they only eat brains? See what I'm saying? So we know, come on now, we ain't stupid. You think these things is picky? I mean, it takes them a while to get to the brain to begin with. But when they get to the brain, they eat, right? So what about the ones that don't get to the brain? How are they surviving until they get to the brain? What are they eating? And what does that look like? See what I'm saying? That's something that's not being divulged or disclosed to the public. And it's not being disclosed because it's part of the DETOXIFICATIon program. You're not supposed to know what's going on. You're just supposed to go about it. Just like when we're neutered, just like we neuter our cats and dogs, like I told y'all, you're not supposed to know you're being neutered. Do you tell your cat you about to neuter them? Do you tell your dog you about to neuter them? No, you don't. You just take their ass up there and drop them off. Boom, it's done. They wake up, they can't have kids. Same thing happened to freaking human beings. Most of them too dumb to notice. It's also, oh, I inherited, I just can't have kids, and oh, I got this degenerative disease that, you know, I got at birth. No. Man, man, we be breaking stuff. Y'all know y'all be sitting up having these talks with me, man. I know I be having some of y'all minds going, though. I know y'all be like, damn, Net, I ain't even think of it like that, bruh. That is how they be doing stuff. And it's just common sense. It's just common sense when you stop listening to the experts. When you stop listening to the experts that don't know crap, like I said, they stop at assessing something has happened. This has happened to you. But they don't go as far as to digging into why and what happened. The investigative part of it does not exist. Why? Because the medical system has been set up for them not to investigate, for them to take their word and divulge some type of answer based off of what they've peer-reviewed study, which we know the studies be fabricated and is put together to give us the information. Oh, you got this, that, and other. Oh, how did I get that? Oh, it's just part of your brain deterioration. It happens to everybody over time. And people buy and they eat it up. They buy it and they eat it up. Stuff's starting to make sense, ain't it? So y'all, man, you rock with me, you gonna be like, dang, you gonna start digging into your own brain. Some of y'all also decalcifying your pineal gland, so it's gonna come automatic. Some of that stuff is gonna start clicking like a light. Like, dang. Like, not only just this stuff, but dealing with folks, people, you're gonna start seeing them in a whole different light. You're gonna be able to assess people. You're gonna start feeling energy and stuff. Like I said, man, I had to cut some people out of my life, period, man, because of the energy. Just because of the energy that they giving off. See what I'm saying? Like, that's a real thing. This is about energy. The atmosphere is energy, guys. Our spirit, our soul is energy. You understand what I mean? Like, you can feel negative energy. You can feel positive energy. If you vibrating high, if you vibrate low, you ain't gonna feel shit. You ain't gonna know what the hell's going on. Because you a sheep, and that's what that's how they set it up for you to be like that. So you don't have your power, spiritual discernment, being able to have intuition, being able to be telepathic, being able to read thoughts, mind. Like I told you before, we talk about flying and stuff like that. You can't fly in this vessel. These vessels is grounded. They on the 3D level. They got to deal with gravity and whatnot. So don't. Am I starting to make sense to you? Man. Where are we in? Like I told you guys, if they inject you with an egg, because it ain't like they say, oh, people eat these type of, they ingesting them. Well, if you ingesting eggs, why isn't it being excreted, through your bowels and stuff like that? Why is it why are they not going out your body? Because they inject them. I'm trying to tell y'all, man. And then it's funny though, because you see this article, like I said, the article I just put up, where they showing this lady talking about, oh, she was in Australia or something, and apparently she consumed a certain parasite. She ate the egg, and then it ended up in her brain. How the hell does this parasite find its way to your brain? Think about that, guys. How the hell does it find its way to your brain? Do that make any kind of sense? So you mean to tell this mug got a freaking Google Maps up in your brain? So you telling me these dang parasites run around with a Google Maps system? I know they ain't got no printout. Y'all remember them printouts you used to have to make when you was getting ready to go somewhere? You had to sit up your dang computer, you was on AOL or something, you would print out your little map, you'll pull it up, type in the direction, and print it out, and say turn left, turn right, go up to the corner 2,000 feet, make a right. You mean to tell me them parasites got that kind of instruction system, the direction system in you? Huh? And then, like I said, if you was consuming them like an egg, like they tried to say this, like, oh, she consumed that egg. But let's say she did. Let's just play devil's advocate here, right? Let's say she did consume an egg. So the egg hatched in her body, and the parasite went to her brain. So what happens with the eggs y'all been injecting in people? What do those do? Those don't go to the brain. Are these special kinds that just don't go to the brain? Okay, we'll give you the benefit of a doubt. Y'all see what I'm saying? Man, I'm trying to tell y'all. This is crazy, man.
So where else did parasites come from? From the brains. Are, in a broad sense, inoculations into the system of weakened or dead parasites. But why? Why would this be done? It depends on what paragraph you're reading. One reason it was believed, introducing a small quantity of parasite excretions into man is sufficient to give passive immunity. But just a few pages later it says, parasite symptoms are different in each individual. So now we have a third reason. Parasites are actually put into the humans. So what else is known about parasites in humans? We find out more when we see the extensive studies and capabilities of parasites within humans. Parasite eggs fed to human subjects cause lung problems. Parasite eggs are successfully put into vaccines and injected under the skin. Parasite eggs put into vaccine will turn into larva form and go into the lungs. Nearly all symptoms caused by parasite eggs cannot be diagnosed with any certainty. Children used in experiments with exposure to parasite larvae caused successful fatalities. After introducing parasite eggs into the human body, it can be found everywhere: the brain, eyes, liver, spleen, kidney, lungs, bones, nervous system, beneath the skin, everywhere. Parasite eggs turn into larvae and cause death through pneumonia. Appendicitis is the result of damage done by parasites. Inflammation in the body is due to presence of parasites. The presence of parasites gives rise to cysts and the formation of tumor-like growths. Parasites can cause excitability in the sexual organs, causing masturbation in younger children. If too many eggs are given, the liver becomes changed and the host will die within 2 weeks. This test was done on mice, dogs, and children. My husband and I were able to obtain a vial of tetanus. In this vial, we made 24 pools and examined the liquid contents under magnification. 21 of the 24 pools, we saw a variety of toxins, including undetermined parasite eggs, skin material, lime rod material, algae, and fungus, and encapsulated toxic formations. Only 3 of the 24 vaccine pools had clean bacterial indicators. This explains how one can give different results or symptoms in different people.
You know, I'm sure this will be looked back on as a huge milestone in the fight to get all the to every child.
So I'm putting it out there, man. Hey, like I said, wonder why when C1V9 hit, y'all remember, word came out, hey, take the I stuff we got, right? Take the I. And what they say, no, don't take that, it'll kill you. All the studies, don't take it. They was in a panic, right? Damage control. Put the cover story on it. No. Why? Because they know that kills parasites. What do most people have in them that's killing them, deteriorating their health over a lifetime? Parasites. Hey guys, trying to say, think about it. Think about this. And if I'm wrong, think about this, guys. When last time you heard somebody die of old age? Think about the last 8 to 10 deaths that you've had in your family. What most of them die of? How many died of old age? I'm just asking, just a question. Ask yourself that. Matter of fact, man, I want to do this. I want to have a little game. Since y'all here, man, get interactive with us, all right? Post in the comments. If everybody can, because I want this to be a pool. Like, we get like 15, 20,000 people watching the video, right? Can we get at least 500? Can we get at least 500 comments, 500 people to say in here what their last 5 siblings, just your last 5, that's not a lot. What did your last 5 siblings die of? Okay? Excluding like car accidents, something like that. I mean, even, yeah, but let's exclude that type stuff, health-wise. Do anybody have 5 siblings that died from old age? I'm just asking. I'm just asking. This is not a rhetorical question. Answer that. And you'll be surprised. I think we go through these comments like, dang, cancer, kidney failure, heart disease, heart attack, stroke, kidney failure, respiratory failure. And what it all resort back to? All the stuff that can be caused by what? See, I'm doing my little skate here on the balcony. Doing a little skate. Think about it, guys. And like I said, man, people don't die of old age no more because they got timed deaths. They know exactly how long them things take to get where they got to go. And they got a GPS on them telling them, hey, go here, turn left, turn right. No, man, they put them things in there and they take time and they gonna get where they going. Believe that. And then they gonna put a cover story on it. Right? Just like we've been establishing that cancer is really, and tumors and growth and cysts are really, what do I be telling y'all? Okay, so guys, I just wanted to break this down real quick for y'all so you really, really understand how this thing works. Okay, every now and again, understand this, every now and again, you get what you call good Samaritans, good folks, man, that's working jobs like cops, people that's in the FBI, people in the CIA, all that kind of stuff, right? People in the DEA, people in the medical industry, the pharmaceutical industry, people that was working with the jetliners and stuff like that. And what they do, they observe things, man. Just like me and you, say like I've been in law enforcement or whatnot. Okay, I'm working the beat, and I stumble across some cops, some fellow law enforcement officers that's not exactly going by the rules. Okay, what I mean by that, let's say we pull over some guys, and you know they seem to be fine. They obeying the traffic laws, but my counterpart, he don't feel the same way. Okay, he feel like, you know, these are some guys that are up to no good. He don't really like them much, so he go and plant some drugs on them. Okay, and me being the good Samaritan, the good cop that I am, I say, man, that's dirty. Why you do that? You know, like, them boys wasn't doing nothing. Like, why are we messing with them? You see what I'm saying? And so like, yeah. So like I would say, hey, why we messing with them, man? They ain't do nothing. Like, and I go and I report them. You know what I'm saying? I go report them to the sergeant, go report them to the lieutenant, or, you know, to internal affairs or something like that. And they do an investigation and find out that this is a dirty cop. You know, he been doing dirty stuff, right? Which that stuff happens all the time. The cops get reported like that because it's good cops. But then like, you're not supposed to, like, there's a code. It's called like the I forget what it's called. It's called like the code, blue code or something, man. Something like that, where you're not supposed to snitch on fellow officers and stuff like that, man. You're not supposed to. That can be frowned upon. That can scar your career. It can pretty much get you out of a position. Okay, and certain departments, like they handle stuff a certain kind of way. Some stuff be in-house. Like, if they feel like it's a disciplinary action need to be taken against another officer, they'll take that out on that officer, but it'll be an in-house situation. Like, they'll penalize them, put them on desk duty, or put them on 10-hour shifts 5 days out the week. You know, they'll do stuff like that. So just so they can keep that stuff, you know, between themselves, like, we handle our own affairs, basically. So I said that to say this, like, for when you look at the situation with, like, people in the medical field that do surgery and stuff like that, and like, everybody ain't bad initially when they get in there, and everybody don't know what's going on. Everybody ain't a doctor. Okay, just like right now, I got a niece that's going through the medical field now. She's going through school and everything. She's in her clinicals and stuff, right? And she took the walk, everything, man. Unfortunately, she knew, because I talked to her. She knew what was happening. She knew the situation. But she was so far into her career that she didn't want to turn back, which a lot of people, you know, stumbled across that. But what happens is, man, you give people, good regular folks, you know, that's just getting into the system and stuff, certain positions, they may come across something, right? Like, they stumble across something, and they go ahead and they report it out, or they reach out to certain people and stuff, and before you know it, that stuff is out there. It's in the mainstream. Like, somebody reported, oh, this person had this going on, that going on, and they reported it. So before the cover story could be created, or somebody could put a spin on it. But what they do when that happens, when that information gets out there that we're not supposed to know, they attach a cover story to it. You know what I'm saying? So now let me break it down like a fraction. All right, so y'all understand what I'm talking about, where I'm coming from, because it pertains to the article. Okay. Now what happens is, now the article that I just posted up, the lady was 64 years old. So here she is at the near the end of her lifetime, and she all of a sudden comes down with something like she look like she's stumbling across dementia, right? She can't remember her thought, all this stuff going on, you know, brain fog, and, you know, forgetfulness, and all this stuff happening, you know. And so she goes to the doctor and all that, and they trying to figure out what's going on. And sometimes stuff be surface level, like they take a brain scan and boom, they see the thing right there and there, and they know exactly what it is. Like, whoa, what is that? You know what I'm saying? Or they might have, shoot, it's been cases where stuff has been actually peeking out of people's skull. You know, like, it's crazy as sound. I done seen plenty of videos where they got, you know, these parasites and things, it's like coming out of people's brains. Okay, so they see this thing in this lady's brain or whatever, and everybody, you know, that word spreads around the hospital, or, you know, she trying to figure out, she telling people this, that, and other, and certain doctors, they report this to this person, that person. Before you know it, boom, Now y'all trying to do damage control. You can't control that. That story is out. Okay, so what can we do to control this so people don't know that this, okay, well, let's say that she probably picked it up when she went swimming at this lake, okay? Or this and this happened, and she probably swallowed an egg, and come on now. First of all, if she swallowed an egg, how did that egg grow to be that big that fast? You see what I'm saying? I'm putting the thing on the screen so y'all can see. This is the actual image of the particular parasite that they found in her, right? So how did it grow to be that big that fast? Okay, for one, if she did consume an egg, it still had to go through the process of, you know, going through the body and migrating. They talking about in the article, oh, they're trying to figure out maybe she was immune compromised that led to her having that parasite be able to get to her brain, to migrate to her brain, because she was immune compromised. But we have parasites in us all the time, right? Does that mean we're immune compromised? Is that what you're saying now? If parasites are moving throughout our body, that's why it says in order to have optimal health, you have to rid yourself of parasites. Because if you don't rid yourself of parasites, guess what? You're immune compromised. You see the kind of games these people play, okay? Then furthermore, the codes that people have gotten, the experience we went through to parasites. Do you see? Guys? See, for some of y'all, I don't think this is registered with you. They're trying to link the CV to parasites. What have we seen? What have we found in the walk, guys? Just like I put the piece up earlier. See, I put this stuff up here in somewhat of a sequential order so y'all can figure it out, because I can't say certain things. But look at the other part that I put up, where they were talking about, oh, this dude died, he had to need a defibrillator and all this and that, and he didn't get his defibrillator. Supposedly, he came down with a heart condition after he had, not after he took the walk. They trying to say it's because he caught, the CV. You see? And we all know that people that have been taking a walk been the ones that's been having these problems, right? Because it directly affects that stuff, right? But they're putting their spin on it. See, now they got y'all, so they got everybody that took the walk, right? Now they're able to come back and say, oh, we seeing it after studying research, we're finding it. If you came down with C, we need to come up with a name, man, for it, because I don't want to say it, because that's what we're talking about. That's the problem. But if you came down with the experience, we'll call it, then you probably gonna end up with a heart condition. No, we just gonna bypass the fact that we already discovered that taking the walk gives you all these different heart issues. We didn't have this finding about people that had the experience or came out with seed. We didn't find that they had heart problems before, but now 3 years later, now it's starting to be, oh, if you had got that, yeah, you very well may have a heart condition. See the games they play? But then again, what else do we know that they've been putting in people with the walk? Right? So they put these things in people with the walk. They saying that if you have parasites and stuff in you immune compromised. So why y'all putting parasites in people? Immune compromised, on top of the fact, and they talking about, oh, if they was immune compromised, then that would explain why a freaking parasite could get to the brain. But how did the parasite get in there to begin with? And why is there Do y'all see what I'm saying? Do you understand what I'm saying? So y'all put it in people. Then you say, oh, she was immune compromised. Well, obviously you take the walk, you're immune compromised. But if you're immune compromised, that means that a parasite can get to your brain. But y'all been injecting eggs and stuff. I don't know, guys. Is it making sense to you? And it's the games they play. Like I say, good doctors and stuff do good doctor work. Okay, they find out what's really going on with you. All right, and they tell you, hey man, we found this in your brain. Like, this is good doctor. Dang, that's in my brain. Well, dang, that might explain why my memory all jacked up. Why I can't think straight. Why I can't remember stuff. Why I had these headaches and things. Yeah, this would explain it. You seem like you was coming down with dementia. You was coming down with dementia from this particular parasite. But it was found in your brain. They're saying that you might have consumed an egg. But we also know that y'all putting eggs in the walks. Am I making sense to you guys? That's how the stuff happens. Then they get, oh, we gotta put a spin on it. Put the spin on it. Hey, she consumed the egg in the lake, whatever, and the egg grew. The thing migrated to her brain because she was immune compromised, and they started eating her brains. That's what we'll tell them. They'll eat it up. Just like they say, oh, the CV caused them a heart condition. And the sheep will eat it up. But not us, because we already knew these conditions was coming. We predicted it. So now that it's happening, now y'all want to put y'all backstory spin on it. See, all this stuff come with a cover story. You see what I'm saying? Come with a cover story, so it diverts you to look elsewhere. And if you've been fluoridated to the level that most of these people are, those cover stories work. They work well. Because you can't process information. You can't. You take whatever's being fed to you. That's why you rush to hurry up and watch the news. You want to hurry up and see what CNN gonna offer you as an explanation for what the hell just happened to this lady. Oh, that's why she had brain problems. And look, notice they don't put dementia on it. They leave that off, because you can't process and put that with it. You can't put that together that she had Alzheimer's, because you've been fluoridated too much. So see, connecting dots is not something that you specialize in. Hey guys, I'm giving y'all the facts, man. I'm giving y'all hard truth. Hey, y'all know that the news is not the real news. You know that the media is not the real media. So what is the real news? What's the media? This is the real media. This is the real news, and this is what it looked like. An educated young man sitting on this balcony telling y'all what the hell's going on out here. I'm giving y'all the information, man, hard, raw, whether you like it or not, it is what it is. And if you've been following me, you know, man, everything I tell y'all line up. It line up, and that's why you can digest it. I've been telling y'all that they've been putting this stuff in people. And also, she got 64 years old. Every now and again, they gonna find them folks, man, where they went and got brain scans, and they got people digging in their brains and stuff, and they pulling out the crap. Every now and again, you gonna get that. It ain't gonna always be happening, though. Most of the time, they just write off, oh, they just got dementia all the time, to wait till they rot. Wait till that dang parasite continue to eat the rest of their brains up. Man, you think I'm lying, man? Do your own research. Like I said, do your own research. They got a specific parasite now. I'm wondering, because I see a lot of stories lately. They got the amoebic parasite, bacteria, whatever, that if you swim in certain lakes and stuff, they say, oh, it gets in your brain, this, that, and the other. Now, this could be one of two things. Okay, it could be just a result of the people that took the walk and things getting to them. Or it could be those actual live organisms that are in the lakes. Once you do go and swim and stuff and they get up in your nasal cavity, boom, they go ahead and get to your brain. They get to eating on your brain. Then these people that we call doctors, scientists, whatever, They go and they get the eggs of these things and they put them in your walk, right? Then they give it to you. So them things hatch after a certain amount of years and stuff, whatever, or a certain amount of months, and they start their migration to get to that point. Like I said, do they got a GPS system in there with them? I don't know. Are they pre-programmed? I don't know. Man, I'm just giving y'all the cold hard truth, man. So, anyway, I just wanted to give y'all the flip side of that story. So I flashed this stuff on the screen so y'all can see it, but you know, sometimes it's hard to kind of put all this stuff together, man. You know, and they not gonna put together for you. Their job is to tear the story apart, to rebrand it, to rebuild it, in order for you to absorb it and believe the lie. That's all they about, is damage control. Okay, because they running a DPOP, right? But there's going to be mishaps. There's going to be stuff that pop out that smart people like you and me gonna look at. Wait, what's going on with that one right there? Oh, nothing. Go back to sleep. Oh, she got that in the lake. Oh, okay. Yeah, man. Everybody come down with dementia, man. Once you get about 60-something, man, you might get dementia. You better eat your whole grains and stuff, man. And then, like I said, they control the water, they control the food, they control the air, they control the information and how you receive it. So if they say that the sky is red because they said it's red. You might have been believing it's blue, but if they saying it's red and they put that out enough, then you gonna believe it. It's like they say, oh, the big lie. The big lie is what? What they said the big lie is. Okay? I told y'all, I showed y'all who these folks are. Or what these things are. Man, it's real out here, guys. It's real out here. I mean, we stumbled across some information just, researching some other information. And now look at the journey that we've been on, man. Look at the rabbit hole that we done dug. And we're still digging, man. Yeah, guys, that kind of pretty much sums it up. But I know people been asking me like, "Yo, Net, what are you doing for your skin, man? Your skin look clear and it's brightened up." It have, and it's starting to get cleaned up, man. Fortunately, I had this little bump here. I believe that's from pulling those parasites out of the skin. I've been using the DE, been also using the NuDon. What the NuDon is, people been asking about what does the NuDon consist of, whatever. Basically activated charcoal and bentonite. Okay, if you're not familiar, those particular products deal specifically with opening up your pores and cleansing. Okay, so basically I put that on the NuDon, and it goes on like a clay, like a mask, and you leave it on there for a couple of, like 5-10 minutes, and it hardens, and then you remove it. Okay, so it stretches out the skin, it removes all the dirt and stuff out of your skin, out of your face, opens up your pores, cleans out your pores and stuff like that. So it revitalizes your skin and your appearance and your complexion, which people might notice. Oh, you got like a glow to your skin. Yeah, it's glowing a little bit. I try to take care of myself at the same time, man. I don't just sell the products. I use the products myself because they actually work. And that's why right now we only got a select few, because it's stuff that I still have to, be able to deal with and check out, check out how thorough it is, and get more reviews, get more information from other sources, see how they work and how it's working with them, man, before we add it to the site. Because we want everything to be authentic, man, everything to be legit and be able to be utilized and be effective for you guys, you know what I mean? As far as the DE, that also helps brighten up your appearance and stuff. That cleanses you out. We're talking about detoxing, okay? It gets parasite stuff out, stuff distilling nutrients out of your body. That's what parasites basically do. People don't know that. It steals the nutrients, man. It basically steals all your vitamins, all the minerals, all the stuff that you need in your body. It eats that stuff, so your body don't get it, your skin don't get it, your hair don't get it, your bloodstream don't get it, none of that. They eat all of that stuff, and they leave you high and dry to feed off of the bad stuff that's in your system, okay? And that stuff doesn't really evoke you know, positive results or positive improvements in your overall health, physical and internal. Okay, the external, internal. That's why we got the different products to deal with internal cleansing and then external cleansing. A little bit of both. But also the DE helps promote hair growth. Got my beard coming in fuller. Deals with nails. Helps keep your nails clean and everything. It's a couple of benefits, man, from these different products, man. And it's a combination. Like, I'm using pretty much everything, so you know, you may notice some differences. Not just with me, it's like internally and externally. Just like what I was talking about with my son going to the doctor, and his mom wanted him to take that you know, the medication and stuff that they provide. Well, look at the side effects of that stuff. The side effects that's on the list, we could see the side effects that they were talking about visually. Like, I didn't even go into depth about what ended up happening. But so he ended up, they ended up giving him like a nebulizer, albuterol treatment, and like a prednisone steroid, right? So you go look at the albuterol, like he started having some side effects from the albuterol. Okay, and I'll go and I go and look at the side effects. I'm like, damn, he's got that mood swinging, very emotional, grumpy, don't want to do nothing. All of a sudden he's super hyper. You see what I'm saying? And he also having these nosebleeds. I'm like, dude, this all the stuff listed that you could visually see. Now, there's also the side effects that are internal, that you cannot visually see and you will not be able to assess by looking at him. It says stuff like neurological damage and stuff, neurological issues. Well, when will that occur? When should I start to look at that? How will we assess that? See what I'm saying? You have to go and you have to take them in, and after something happens, some strange occurrence, and then they say, oh, he's got this and that going on. But they never equate it to what, or they never link it to what he might have taken 5 years before. You see what I'm saying? Or 3 years earlier, or 2 months before. All of a sudden he has this going on. Just like when my son took that FL walk, okay? The FL that you take in October, everybody taking, right, supposed to help and everything. He had a very, very bad reaction very quickly, okay? And it was very noticeable, like, oh, this is what happened. And every time we took him into the doctor to see what was going on, they was like, well, what did y'all give him? What's different? What did you do? I said, the only thing we did was gave him that, which you guys told us to give him, that y'all recommend. And you know what they said? Oh, it wouldn't be that. It's everything but that. It's not that. You're looking in the wrong place. Well, tell me why I can look up in articles and plenty of information, plenty of kids. I mean, hundreds. Like I said, so tell me why I could go and look and find hundreds of thousands of kids have went through the same thing and had the same type of reaction, okay? But it's not that. But all of them can link it back to them taking that. You see what I'm saying? But what are they trained to tell you? Oh, it's not that. It couldn't be that. Don't look over there. Just like the bots. Okay, the bots that you find on these news articles or something. I'm gonna do a video on the bots, man. I'm gonna do that video on the bots probably this week or next week, okay? Because the bots are there to tell you exactly what those doctors are programmed to say. You see how this works? Like, guys, I'm gonna show you the bots, man. It's crazy because I went in, I started ciphering through all the information as it relates to the stuff we've been going through. And there was a common denominator. The same dang folks was on all the comments, and they always was saying that, it was probably some natural causes. He probably just didn't take care of his health. Probably ate too many potato chips. It was anything but yeah, he probably, no, it was not that. They said the same thing like they were programmed to say. Okay, so those things are set in place for when you search for information. When you search for information, you'll find that. So when you go and talk to somebody, you're going to also find those bots, which are doctors. Doctor bots is what I call them, that give you a lie. They tell you a lie. Oh, it's not that. Look elsewhere. But that's why they didn't fool me, because I already seen y'all on the dang articles. So I'm seeing you in person and you saying the same crap. The same crap. Oh, it wasn't that. And I'm telling you, he didn't have this happen to him. He never fainted or passed out until the night after he took that dang FL. You see what I'm saying? So, gotta be able to put the stuff together, guys. But like I said, man, I was here when this stuff kicked off, man, and digging into it and stumbled across some of the stuff that they was doing to people. And now we on to some other stuff. Now we realize, hey, there's some other things going on that we gotta address, you know. And I'm gonna be your guide as much as I can throughout this journey and point some of this stuff out. But anyway, man, I ain't gonna keep y'all much longer. Want to thank everybody that's been coming, supporting the channel, man. And as also those that's been going to the website and stuff, man, and sending a telegram. If you went to the TikTok, great, I appreciate you. And I appreciate you guys helping build that up. I'm gonna start dropping some videos on there, man. Just some informational stuff. Also, guys, the online detox shop, that stuff is now available. We got everything on there, man, that deals directly with your optimal health. Okay, from getting a lot of these parasitic things up out of your skin and stuff, to also getting the stuff out of your system. Okay, and also cleansing your system and killing the fluoride and getting your pineal gland decalcified. All that stuff, man. Detox shop. So make sure y'all check it out, man. Anyway, I hope that everybody has a good Labor Day weekend, man. And you know, just keep your head on tight and be prepared for whatever, man. Because I think it's some more stuff that's coming out in the pipe real soon, because some stuff is shaping up. So anyway, y'all be safe. I'll catch you on the next video.
There is a fifth dimension, beyond that which is known to man. It is a dimension as vast as space and as timeless as infinity. It is the middle ground between light and shadow, between science and superstition, and it lies between the pit of man's fears and the summit of his knowledge. This is the dimension of imagination. It is an area which we call the Twilight Zone.